Hi, everyone. If you're watching this, it's likely because someone you work with has experienced a devastating loss. We know that hearing a colleague has been bereaved by suicide can be shocking. You might feel a range of emotions yourself: confusion, sadness, or a deep fear of saying the wrong thing. Today, we're going to talk about how you can support them simply by being a compassionate colleague and a bridge to the support they need. Suicide bereavement is complex. Unlike other losses, it often carries a heavy weight of why. Along with grief, your colleague may be navigating intense feelings, things like guilt, shame, or even isolation due to the stigma that still surrounds suicide. The biggest hurdle to supporting a colleague is a fear of making it worse. We worry that by bringing it up, we'll remind them of their pain. But here's the truth: they haven't forgotten. When we stay silent, it can feel like we're ignoring their person's life that they've lost. You don't need to be a therapist. You just need to show up. When you first hear the news, send a simple message. Don't worry about a long letter, even though those are often very useful. In a colleague scenario, just a text or an email saying, "I've heard the news and I'm so deeply sorry. I'm thinking of you." That is enough. It lets them know the door is open for when they're ready to return. Avoid asking for details and focus on the fact that you are there for them. When your colleague returns to work, they might be looking for a sense of normality, but they're also navigating what we call grief brain, exhaustion, and potentially a lack of focus. Acknowledge their return. A simple, "It's good to see you. How are you doing today?" gives them permission to be honest about how they're feeling without feeling pressurized to perform. We often say, "Let me know if I can help," but a bereaved person rarely has the energy to delegate tasks. So try and be specific. Offer to cover a deadline, bring them a coffee, or suggest a walk at lunch. Practicality is a form of kindness. It reduces their mental load when they're already feeling overwhelmed. Now, language is powerful. We encourage moving away from the term committed suicide, as it stems from a time when suicide was a crime, which it isn't anymore. Phrases like committed murder. Instead, we use died by suicide. We also recommend using the person's name that they've lost. Hearing their loved one's name can be a beautiful acknowledgement that their life was more than the way that they died. Your colleague may also be navigating the system. This includes inquests, which are public inquiries that can be incredibly intrusive and traumatic. If you see them struggling months down the line, it might be because of a legal milestone that's approaching. Understanding that this isn't a linear process helps you stay patient and supportive for the long haul. The important thing to remember is that you can open the gate to support. If your colleague is struggling, remind them that Suicide&Co is here. They can call our support line or apply to our early bereavement service or counselling service. And our Help Hub online is full of podcasts and stories from people who've been exactly where they are. You don't have to have all the answers. You just need to know where the answers are with us. Finally, look after yourself. Supporting a bereaved colleague can be emotional work. Check in with your team and your manager too. By opening a conversation, you're breaking down the stigma and creating a workplace where everyone has permission to grieve. Thank you for watching.